Hi. This is my first YouTube video. This is an unofficial launch. If this video gets 50 views, is that a lot? I don't know. I'll officially launch this channel. Bear with me, my mic is horrible. Welcome to my Eternals review. So why am I reviewing this movie specifically? Well, actually, in spite of my good friend Jake. Jake is a pain in my... Okay, he's not... He started a review page, and basically he refuses to watch any of the TV shows I recommend to him. So I said, hey, let me get back at him and review a movie that he really likes. And by review, I mean critique. Let me start off with the pros. So, Marvel Eternals, to be honest, is a really pretty movie. It's also, like, really pretty. Uh, when it comes to the pros, it's, also really pretty. Uh, yeah, there's really not much more to the. There are definitely moments in the movie where it's like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Plot twist. But overall, the movie is boring. I believe the word they use for it now is mid. However, it's bearable. Like if somebody boots up Eternals on like a really beautiful TV screen and it's just playing in the background, I wouldn't mind it. It serves nice as a backdrop, and movies also are for viewing. So it when it views, it looks really good. I guess that's one part of it, but that's the only good part of it. Everything else about this movie is mediocre, stale, boring. The script is horrible. Everything else is horrible. Eternals tries to present itself as a movie that tries to be really complex, but in a pathetic attempt to do so, it ends up being dry and stale, as I've said before. Honestly, I think one of the biggest reasons is because in that attempt to seem really complex, there's actually a lot of plot holes that are just scattered throughout the movie, and you can watch any plot hole review channel on YouTube like Cinema Sins, or even give it a Google search, because this is just a general review of the movie. But honestly, the fact that there are so many just throughout the movie doesn't really attribute to the complexity of what Eternals was going for, and for that reason, I can't really enjoy the plot. When it comes to the characters, this movie has a ton of them, and unfortunately, only three of them are likable. The rest are either annoying, boring, or just straight up like we just forget that they exist, like after they die. Because and that's not very eternal of them. So the three characters I'm talking about, one is the cameraman who goes around recording everything, and the two Eternals that I enjoyed are Druig and Makari, and they have the best costume design. Their characters are written the best, but unfortunately, the same thought and effort that was given to not only those two superheroes, but also the cameraman, was not given to the rest of the characters. Not even the main antagonist. The antagonists in general, whoever the hell they're supposed to be. I don't know if it's the Celestials or the tall green guy who just goes around everywhere, Martian Manhunter looking. I honestly thought the dialogue in this movie, there was nothing special about it. Like I was saying before, the whole attempts to be complex thing made the dialogue fall short. And for those of you who don't know, fall short is a term that movie reviewers use to replace the words is bad, was bad. For example, I dropped 0 points per game in my basketball freshman year. Uh, therefore, I fell short. And but something likable about the dialogue, again, was the cameraman I was talking about earlier in the movie. He makes jokes throughout the movie. He's like the funny guy, comic relief. Yeah, he honestly makes really corny jokes, but they make you chuckle every time. So it was really effective, I'd say. That's the other Eternals were definitely given a lot more thought and effort put into their scripts, and unfortunately, nothing about their script seemed interesting at all. The only thing that kept us even awake during this movie were the corny jokes that would make us chuckle throughout the movie that the cameraman had made. I didn't know that being a movie reviewer made you sound like this much of an ass. Aside from comedic relief, Druig, Makari, maybe even the post-credit scene with Harry Styles, Thanos' brother, Eros, Eros, D-Rose? I don't know. This movie had nothing going for it really, aside from its at times beautiful cinematography, uh, videography. I don't know the difference. Pretty atmospheres. So, I'm gonna give this movie a rating 5.5 out of 10. The reason I don't give this movie anything below a 5, even though all I've been doing is flaming the absolute, is because if somebody put it on in the background and like we just had a conversation throughout the movie and I'd like look up back at the movie every now and then, even if the volume's turned low or whatever and I could still hear it, I would still watch it. It's still bearable. I feel like something below a 5 would have to be getting closer to unbearable. But yeah, I think everyone can agree that if this was turned into a Disney Plus show rather than a whole movie, everybody would appreciate it a lot more. I don't know if it would probably make a lot less money, but we want good content. Quality over quantity of money supply. Macroeconomics. Goodbye.